Imagine waking up tomorrow and suddenly 90% of the things that stress you out don't have power over you anymore. Your boss insults you? Doesn't ruin your day. Someone rejects you? You move on. Your plans fall apart? You adapt instantly. This isn't about becoming emotionless, it's about discovering a 2,300-year-old philosophy that quietly shaped emperors, elite athletes, military leaders, and some of the world's most successful people. And the crazy part? It all started because one man lost everything in a shipwreck. We spend our lives trying to control everything. We want people to like us. We want everything to go according to plan. We want certainty. But life has one message. Good luck with that. The harder we fight reality, the more exhausted we become. Stoicism flips this completely. It doesn't promise an easier life. It teaches you how to become impossible to disturb. And it all begins with a disaster. Over 2,300 years ago, a wealthy merchant named Zeno was sailing across the Mediterranean. His ship was loaded with expensive cargo. His future looked secure. Then, a storm hit. The ship sank. His fortune disappeared beneath the ocean. Imagine losing everything overnight. Most people would spend years asking, "Why me?" But Zeno asked a different question. "What can this teach me?" After washing ashore in Athens with almost nothing left, he wandered into a bookstore. There, he began reading about philosophy. That moment changed history. Instead of rebuilding his fortune, he rebuilt his mind. Years later, he founded Stoicism. Ironically, the worst day of his life became the reason millions of people still know his name. Sometimes, life doesn't destroy your path. It reveals the one you were supposed to take. Here's the idea that makes life feel shockingly easy. There are only two kinds of things you control and things you don't. You control your effort, your attitude, your choices. You don't control the weather, other people, traffic, the economy, social media algorithms, whether someone likes you. Yet most people spend their entire lives worrying about the second list. It's like trying to control ocean waves by yelling at them. No wonder everyone's exhausted. The Stoics simply asked, why waste energy on something you never owned in the first place? The moment you stop arguing with reality, life becomes lighter. Think about today. How many things annoyed you that you couldn't have changed anyway? Exactly. Here's another Stoic idea that sounds harsh, but is strangely freeing. Nobody owes you anything. Not fairness, not success, not easy days. At first, that sounds depressing, until you realize if life owes you nothing, then everything becomes a gift. A good meal, a conversation, a healthy body, a quiet morning. Gratitude stops being fake positivity. It becomes common sense. The Stoics believed expectations create suffering. Reality rarely hurts us. Our expectations about reality do. Want to know why Stoics seemed fearless? Because they practiced losing things before they actually lost them. Not physically, mentally. They imagined losing money, their house, their reputation, even the people they loved. Not because they wanted those things to happen, but because imagining loss made them appreciate what they already had. And if loss eventually came, it wasn't their first time facing it. This sounds dark, but it's actually one of the fastest ways to reduce anxiety. Fear grows in the unknown. Preparation shrinks it. Imagine applying Stoicism for just 1 week. Someone leaves a rude comment online. Instead of spiraling, you ask, "Can I control their opinion?" No. Move on. You fail an interview. Instead of saying, "I'm a failure," you ask, "Did I prepare well?" If yes, keep going. If no, improve. Your plans collapse. Instead of complaining, you adapt. Life stops happening to you. It starts working for you. That's real power. Not controlling the world, controlling yourself. Remember Zeno. If his ship had reached its destination, there would probably be no Stoicism. The disaster was the doorway. The setback became the beginning. Maybe the thing you're fighting today isn't blocking your future. Maybe it's building it. The Stoics had a saying, "The obstacle becomes the way." And once you understand that, you stop fearing challenges, because every obstacle becomes another chance to become stronger. Not because life gets easier, but because you do. If this way of thinking changed how you see your own problems, subscribe, because the greatest ideas ever discovered are often the oldest ones, and there are plenty more worth exploring.